fun craft for you guys. We are going to make a gingerbread house using Pop-Tarts. So for this craft, you will need 6 Pop-Tarts, so 3 packages because they come in 2s. Assortment of candies. I'm going to use some mini candy canes, some dots, some M&Ms, some sprinkles, a chocolate Santa, some Starlight Mints. You will also need a bowl for mixing if you're going to make your icing. I'm going to show you a recipe how to make your own royal icing. So for that you will need some powdered sugar, some water, measuring cup, measuring spoons. You will need some little baggies so we can pipe the icing. You will need some scissors, a spoon, serrated knife, and also if you don't want to make the royal icing, you can just get the store-bought kind. This works good too. Just the royal icing gets really hard, so everything will stay in place, all your candies and the little Pop-Tarts. So let's go ahead and begin. Okay, so first let's begin by taking your Pop-Tarts. Now you can use any Pop-Tarts you want. I actually have the strawberry ones because they have like red and green sprinkles already on them, so I figured it'd be so perfect. So take them all out of the package. You'll need a total of 6. Now, 2 of them just set to the side. We're not going to cut these at all. Now the other ones, take 2. And first we're going to make the front of the house. So take 1 vertical and 1 horizontal, and what you're going to do is cut diagonally down on each side, but you want it to come to the top of this right here. So let's go ahead and do that, and use the serrated knife kind of in a sawing motion. Now make sure you have an adult help you do this part or have them do it for you. Okay, so this is what we end up with. So this is going to be the walls right here, and this is the front of the house. Just like that. So go ahead and do another shape like that, another house. So there we go. We have 2 houses, the front of the house and the back of the house. Okay, now this one, this is going to be the wall, and we're gonna do 2 like that. So now you're going to cut straight across right here. So you want your wall to match up to the height of your house. So you just cut it straight across. Okay, so these are your walls. Now I'm going to show you how to make the royal icing. Now you can just use the canned frosting if you want, so you can skip this step, but it's really super simple and it works perfect. So take your bowl. We need 1 cup of powdered sugar. You need enough to glue your Pop-Tart house together, and then to stick the candies. And if you run out, you can always make some extra. So now we need to this 1 cup of powdered sugar, add some water. So it takes about 4 to 5 teaspoons, and you want it the consistency of crafting glue, of craft glue. I'm going to start with 4, and if I need more, we can add it. So just mix it up. It definitely needs more. So I've added 5 teaspoons so far. Okay, this is perfect. If you can see that. So it's thick. You do not want it thin at all. So now, take one of your Ziploc bags. Going to use it for a piping bag. Just put some of your icing inside. There you go. Now, cut off the tip, a very small little hole, just like that, and squeeze all the icing to the corner. Okay, now let's go ahead and assemble our Pop-Tart house. So, take one of the house pieces for like the front or the back, and take one of the walls, and we want to put some glue right here for our royal icing. And we're going to stick it like that. It's okay if you're messy with this, put a lot of glue. Okay, now take the other wall and put some glue for the royal icing, but I call it glue for my Pop-Tart house. You might need some help with this so that you can hold it in place. Okay, now take the back and put some glue on both sides. Okay. You can add some more of the icing to glue it together as you need it. Now let's put on our roof pieces. Now, I take the royal icing and I just put it all over it. That way we have enough, but we know we get the entire thing with glue. Or your icing glue. do the other one. And you can put some more in the bag if you need, some more of the royal icing. Okay. I'll lay the other piece of the roof. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of the royal icing right on the seam of the roof right here. There we go. And it's okay if it drips, so it'll just look like icicles. Okay, so now let it kind of sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. I prefer to do it overnight to make sure it's nice and hardened. That way you have a good hard surface to work with once you start putting your candies. So just set it aside and then we'll meet back up. Now that our Pop-Tart house is all hardened with our royal icing glue, which it only takes about 20 to 30 minutes, you can do it overnight, like let it sit overnight just to make sure. Okay, now I have my chocolate Santa, 2 little candy canes. For the top of the roof, I'm going to use Starlight Mints, which you can use Necco wafers. I have some red and green M&Ms for like Christmas lights. And I have some dots, which I went ahead and cut them in half so they can lay flat against the house. And you can use all the colors of the dots that are in the box. So you have some pink and some orange and yellow. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. Now I'm going to start with my roof. So I'm going to take my Starlight Mints, and since they are a heavier candy, take your royal icing in your bag, and I am going to put a dot of royal icing on each one. What I'm going to do is let it sit for a minute or two so that the royal icing can get like a little tacky like glue, and then we can kind of just put it on the roof. And then you can just stick them on top. When that royal icing gets a little tacky, it will kind of stick really good. And they might fall off, and we can just add some more of the royal icing. So go ahead and do your roof. Now, I am going to fill in all the spaces with this royal icing and then put some sprinkles on top. And it's okay if it drips off. It will just look like icicles. Let's go ahead and sprinkle some sprinkles. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry for a few minutes and then we'll come back. Our roof is all done and dry. You can see that. All right, now what we're going to do next is take the royal icing and pipe it along here just like this. Then take your M&Ms and stick it like Christmas lights all the way across. Now I did one side for you, so it'll look like that. Next, take your Santa and put some royal icing on the back of the Santa. Keep the sand in the foil. This will be the front of the house. So put them right in front. Just like that. Next, take your candy canes and put some royal icing on them. We're gonna face the candy cane going outwards. So this part will go out, little hook. And we're gonna put one on each side of Santa Claus. Just like that. Next, we're going to line the entire bottom of the house with the gumdrops. So just put some of your royal icing on the back. Go ahead and line the entire house. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll meet back up. We added the gumdrops all the way around the bottom. And he's done. I hope you enjoyed this craft today, and we'll see you next time. Make sure you post your pictures of your Pop-Tart gingerbread house.